I'm Ashley Rose, and this is Conspiracy Camp. Today, I have my friends Joshua Harrison and Hannah Tighe here, and we are going to talk about time travel. Thank you guys for being on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
So tell me, what do you think about time travel? Is it real?
It's definitely,
definitely real.
Yeah, like it's real in the literal sense that like space is faster than Earth, but then other than okay, I watched like a couple of YouTube videos about this before.
I can tell. I can already tell you know what you're talking about.
I want to come prepared.
Guns blazing right here.
So it's real in that way.
Yeah, absolutely. it
Because
is.
like if you look at this is the only thing that really stuck. But they only if you look at the moon, it's actually 5 seconds ahead of us because of the light, the way that the light hits the Earth.
Okay.
That's it.
That's
all
it.
He went through all your information
It was
in 5 seconds.
It was a 12-minute video. You can entertain. There are a couple things, but like
That was good.
That's the literal sense that yes, time travel.
Okay,
exists.
all right. Like the
But otherwise,
space
yes.
time. All right, okay.
I knew it was gonna jump as soon as she said literal. I'm like, let's go.
Is that what you're looking for in this? I came with facts.
That is. I am facted down right now. I got it.
That's all I got though. So.
Yeah.
I think it's real.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, it's for sure real.
Yeah.
Like I think that's where a lot of like TV shows and movies like get the idea from, right? Is like things that actually happen and they kind of like hide it in plain sight, right?
Talking like the Simpsons theory.
Yeah, isn't that crazy though?
Yeah,
How like Simpsons has predicted everything. Like what?
yeah.
Everything.
What have they missed on? Nothing yet, really. It's all come true.
No, for real.
Did
yeah,
they get January 6th? Like, did they?
Actually, I
plan
think
that
they
one?
did. Yeah, and
Did
they
they?
called out COVID.
I think
Oh,
so.
Yeah,
no.
with the box flu.
Oh man, yeah, that's impressive.
That is impressive. What do
And
they
we
know?
still don't know where they live. Like, we still don't know where Springfield is. Right?
Do we?
No.
I don't think we
there's
do. I was like, wait a second.
There's like 5 different Springfields.
Yeah,
across
there's
the
all these
US.
different
we-
theories, but it's like never been confirmed.
Yeah.
Which it is. I didn't even
Yeah.
know that, but you're right. Now that you say
Mm-hmm.
that.
But no, I definitely think I mean, have you ever seen like the clips like the guy who has an iPhone at the Mike Tyson fight?
What?
There's a guy who has an iPhone in the background of a Mike Tyson fight, like back in like the early '90s, before there was even smartphones. And he's like back there and like he's got a flash on his camera and he's sitting there like recording the fight.
Oh, I guess
Oh.
it's important to know when Mike Tyson was fighting.
That's
because
right.
I
That
was
is-
like,
that is
was
kind
this
of-
last week? 'Cause, like, I was like, that would have been every man in the crowd.
Yeah.
But,
No,
okay.
this is this is like
Okay.
early
So what
90s.
year? Early 90s.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he was recording on a cell phone and they didn't have the cell phone.
Oh,
Is that,
well,
okay,
yeah,
all right,
yeah,
got
They
it.
had the
Now
car phones. They
Yeah,
had like those
if you had a cell
giant-
The
phone,
brick
then it was like,
Yeah.
yeah, you're holding a whole cinder
Yeah.
block.
yeah, that I feel like little pieces of proof pop up like that all
Yeah.
the time, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And they
yeah.
always use it in like movies and stuff. And it's like, where did those ideas come from? Someone got that from somewhere. Is it?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. No, it's crazy too.
So like physical time travel or like non-physical time travel? Like, do you think both are real, or you know how like you can astral project or whatever?
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm talking
Astral
about? Like
projecting,
leaving
yeah.
your body,
Yeah.
but like your
Yeah.
body stays here, but
Yes.
you're
Yes.
Yeah.
That can happen. I had an experience with that like
What is
once.
it? I want to hear
It was just like
What
a
is it?
hey,
Hey,
this is the trust campfire. I thought that we could just like open
No,
up
Yeah.
and share
I'm
these
trusting
things.
this is going
this
to be
is
a
a
good
safe
story.
space. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so I like meditate and I like do breath work and stuff. And I was doing a breath work and I really needed that session. So I was like very into it, and where you breathe like like, and you do
Yeah.
it for like, I was doing it for like 45 minutes and I was in it, and all of us, like not all of a sudden, but like everything, I had my eyes closed and all I saw was like purple, and then it was just bright light white, and then I saw myself above myself, and then I felt my physical body like go down below the floor, and I just like, I was being divided and
Separated.
watching myself, and I was going around the room and like watching where I was.
I think that's amazing.
And then like I
believe
came
that.
back and I wasn't okay. Like my face was like a bluish color, like a light blue, and like shining for like an hour afterwards.
Really?
Yeah, truly. And I like don't like take edibles or like smoke before I do it. Like I do it with like a clear mind so I can get. But I did that, and it was like a month ago.
Were you alone?
Yes.
Were you freaking out?
Well, my cat. So like my cat. Okay. Okay. Sometimes I'm like too much. I get it. Okay.
No. That's just how you threw the cat in there. Like, I wasn't alone. My cat was there.
It's gonna get worse. It's going to get worse before it gets any better.
Yeah, no, I want to hear
I
it.
had a cat psychic reading a while ago, last week, but
What
my
is a
cat
cat?
psychic, I'm getting there. My cat psychic said that she isn't my spirit guide, but she's like a spiritual being with me.
Yeah.
And my cat was just following me, and she didn't meow. She didn't say a word after that. And usually she's like chasing me around, like, meep, meep. But like after that, it was just like pure silence.
She was part of
So
it.
something
she knew
happened.
Something happened.
And I was like, was Izzy floating around the room? Did Izzy have an out of body experience? But yeah, it for sure can happen. Like,
So
you can
how often do you
transcend.
see the cat psychic?
Oh, through Etsy. I'll give you the link. She was great.
I would love that.
Oh my God, it was $40, best $40 I've ever spent.
I follow a pet psychic on TikTok.
Yeah.
You
And
guys are blowing my mind. I didn't even know there was pet psychics.
How
Oh,
would there not be
of course,
pet
I mean,
psychics?
what year is it? Of course,
Yeah,
there's a pet
of
psychic. There's an
course.
everything psychic. And she said, one thing I really retained from her was she said every dog that she talks to, they all say the same thing about what they really appreciate the most, and that's a clean water bowl. So I always clean my dog. I tell the kids all the time, I'm like, we have to keep the water bowl clean because the pet psychic said
Yeah.
that they really love and appreciate a clean water
Yeah.
bowl. So I scrub that bitch all the time. It's always squeaky clean.
I asked you can ask 3 questions, and so I asked 3, and I was like, does she like me? And she does, of course.
Obviously.
Like, she loves me. She chose me, and then it went into her
white
past
girl
life.
questions.
Oh, come on! Like,
I
you're
mean,
not,
who do you think the demographic customer is of a cat
you're gonna
psychic?
tell me that you're not going to Google pet psychic
I'm
the second that we leave? Because I'm
Absolutely
sure you
not.
are.
Absolutely.
Okay, you're not better than
No, I
me
know,
because you
but
don't have a pet
Because you
psychic.
don't have
No,
Do you have a
why would
pet?
I? Yeah, why would I pay? I already got the #1 tip. My dog loves a clean water bowl.
Hey, well,
Thanks, Ash.
Then you're
Welcome.
good.
Yeah.
You're
got
good.
you.
But I also asked like of my friends who she likes, and I got my God. Every time I say this, I just really outdo myself. I was at brunch, and I was like, I'm like 4 mimosas deep, and I'm like, you guys, I got my call from my pet psychic, and I call, and I'm like crying listening to it because I'm like, it's true. And then like my friends are sitting because they knew the question was like, of my friends, who does she like the most? And Izzy likes one of my guy friends, Dylan, and then my friend Shara. And like I hung up, I got off the pet psychic call, and my friends are sitting there like, so like, who does Izzy like say any of us? Like, does Izzy like us? And I was like, we didn't get to it.
You didn't want to hurt anyone's
I didn't want to hurt
feelings.
anyone's feelings that like my pet psychic didn't say.
That's so funny.
know.
I love that.
So yeah, to answer your question, I think transcending is a part of time travel. I
You
think
definitely taught me that oxygen is the strongest drug.
Really? No, okay. Don't even. No, well, that's another episode. Like, if you can give me a sidebar one on breath work.
Josh, have you ever had an out-of-body time travel experience?
Definitely out of body. I don't know about
Time
travel.
But I think
Well,
that is
but
time
it is
traveling.
like you kind of transcend when you do
Yeah.
that.
but that would be like, yeah. I mean, have you ever done DMT?
I was
No,
gonna
we
say,
were
if you've
talking
done
about that
DMT,
earlier. Yeah, the
Have
last
you?
show.
No.
You
No.
sound like it.
I like listen to people who have done it.
Yeah,
So I like
yeah.
sound like I've done it.
No, but that's like I wouldn't say it's time travel. It's more like going to a different place.
That's
But
time travel.
No, not time travel though. Not moving like forward and backwards, sideways.
That's time travel.
Like parallel universe.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. That's
Still,
not
you're
necessarily
traveling
time
through-
travel.
Yeah,
I think
that's
that
traveling-
counts.
Yeah, anytime that you're like leaving the present, which is here and now, whether it's
Yeah.
like if your body's here and then you're in Knoxville, Tennessee at the same time, like that's time traveling
Yeah,
somehow because
it
you're
is.
up in particles.
What
and
else would
stuff.
that be considered?
Yeah,
I don't know, like
We're just grilling him.
linear travel.
Linear
linear
travel.
Yeah.
travel is time travel.
I think that all falls under the same
Yeah.
category for
Okay.
sure.
It wasn't in the YouTube video though. Maybe it was. I just like skimmed over.
Yeah, I'm
But,
sure
yeah.
your time travel video had a portion about DMT travel in it.
It was animated.
Those are easier to follow. So.
Anyway, so you did DMT.
Yeah.
Were you
yeah.
like outside? Where were you?
Inside.
Inside.
Yeah.
What happened?
It's so hard to put into words, but yeah, you just like it's like you travel like through this like
Time?
not through time, no, through like it's almost like a tunnel, but it's just different colors and shapes, like vibrant things you've never seen before. Like the same pattern will be repeated thousands of times over, you know. So it's like, and then I ended up in a circular room that, like, right in the middle of the room was like a podium with my DNA strand.
What?
Yeah.
Have you been in the room before? In real life? No, I didn't know if it was
No,
like something
no,
like
no.
a dream. You know how you have a
Like
dream
you've
and
seen it
then
before?
I've
Yeah.
never
So
seen
it was
it,
this
no.
unfamiliar, like
Yeah.
bright colored room with your DNA.
Yeah.
How do you know it was yours?
Because it had like a nicotine strand wrapped around it, and I was like, oh, I need
That's
like
mine. That's
yeah,
gotta be me.
That's me.
Yeah,
That's
oh
me.
yeah, yeah,
Black
for sure.
curly hair.
Yeah, it was a DNA strand with my hair
me.
just hanging off
Yeah,
of
of course. Right.
it, and a blunt in its mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no mistaking.
And
that it.
correcting white women real quick.
Hey, I'm not correcting. I'm just judging.
Yeah, well,
That's
okay,
fine. That's totally fine.
Someone has to put us in our place.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, without people like me, you know, those.
I would just exist.
Yeah, that'd be terrible.
So what'd you do after that? Like, how did you feel after did you feel like a better person? Did
Did you learn anything? Or any lessons taught?
No. I think I just did it again.
So do you always go back to that same place every
No.
time? No, it's
No,
different?
yeah,
Or
you
you've
don't-
never
yeah,
been there again?
Yeah, never been there again.
Interesting.
Yeah, you don't really get control like that.
You just let go.
Yeah, you just
Because you kind of do it to lose control, right?
Yeah, but not everybody like sees anything. You know, some people might just lay there and feel a certain way, but don't visually see anything.
Interesting.
Yeah, and every time will be completely different. Like whatever you see one time, you will not see like the same shapes and colors. It could be completely different.
Ashley, do you have DMT? Because that is something that
I don't.
That's okay.
I don't. I was, researching some stuff for this show, and I came across some CIA information. So every once in a while, the CIA declassifies documents and they publish them on the internet. Anyone can access them. And I look every once in a while. FBI does it too. And I found, I have it right here.
Just right there.
I do. I brought
Casual
it with. This is
CIA
the
docs.
entire CIA document right here. So what this is the CIA. This was in 1983. This was written, and it was released in 2003. And they did an investigation on this place called the Monroe Institute. Have you ever heard of that? Yeah. So the Monroe Institute came up with a meditation through sound and frequencies, and you're supposed to listen to it with headphones because it's different in each ear. And they have a technique called hemisync, where they sync up the right and the left side of your brain together. Because we only access such a small percentage of our brain, and the bigger portion isn't really accessed. It's like subconscious mind and all that stuff. So this hemisync allows you to kind of like tap into that. And there's a particular program they wrote called the Gateway Experience. And the Gateway Experience is like a series of like 12 tapes. Back then it was tapes. Now you can buy it as a download. It's still available. And you listen to it, and it's with practice through this meditation. It's all meditation stuff. You can learn how to like remote view and astral project. And the CIA looked into it and found that it's like it is a real thing. What's crazy is I read this whole thing, and in one part of it they talk about subatomic particles called tachyons. Have you ever heard of tachyons?
That wasn't in the video.
It wasn't in the video. So that rung a bell with me because I've gone up to Sedona and done the tachyon chambers up there, which are super cool for like meditating in. So in a tachyon chamber, it's like you sit underneath this triangle thing, and there's these crystals, and everything's all aligned and stuff. And a tachyon is subatomic particle that moves faster than the speed of light. So it's the fastest thing, but some scientists argue that's just hypothetical. Like people argue whether or not it's real. But I found it interesting that it's written into this CIA document about the tachyons and the subatomic particles and like the reality of this program by the Monroe Institute that still exists today. I went and looked it up. Monroe Institute is still up and running. I bought one of their it was like 12 or 15 bucks, whatever it was, to download. It was not the Gateway experience because that one's like a big, long series.
More like a loose guide.
So I got one for like manifesting, right?
Nice.
And it's hemi-sync. So when you listen to it, it's a trip because you feel this lightness in your body, and the sounds that are going into each ear are super different from one another. But I just think like it has to be real if the CIA is investigating it. And there's people that work for the government that know how to remote view, or just like get in that deep. If you watch Stranger Things,
Oh yeah.
you know how she like
Yeah,
closes
get in
her
a
eyes
trance.
and sensory
It's like the
deprivation.
CERN Hadron Collider.
Yes.
Yeah.
We talked about that on our last episode too. Same thing, like the Mandela effect or whatever.
Oh, for sure.
But so if you, with enough practice and stuff, you can do like a remote view, which is where you leave your current body and you travel somewhere else and you can see what's going on in a different realm or time or whatever. Like it's
all
freaking
about
awesome.
vibrations
Yeah.
and frequencies.
Frequencies, it's like
Yeah.
different sound frequencies.
Yeah, you can do like amazing stuff when you meditate and like go in a trance. I did a past life thing.
Me too.
And it knocked me out. Like I was like conscious but not, and I was snoring. I did it and I had my friend over just to make sure that I was like, hey, I'm gonna do something weird. I need to make sure. I need to make sure that like you can
Supervision.
like check my pulse or something. And yeah, I was like my eyes were like rolling in the back of my head, and I was snoring and like leaning up against the wall, and I saw like I was there. Like I saw. They tell you to like look at your shoes, like look at where you are, and
right
like
where you are.
You can picture everything, and so I did it twice, and I saw like my past life. So
That's
that's
amazing.
definitely like.
Where were you in your past life?
Okay, so
Wait, before you start there, you guys hungry? Do you want a snack or
I
anything?
could go for something.
Yeah, all
I could
right.
go for
Hang
a
on
little
one
snack.
second. I feel like a forest friend will help us here in a second.
Yeah.
Okay,
Um.
go ahead.
Okay. But so I've always been like obsessed with the Titanic. I don't know. Like I've been like I love reading about it, but I love the ocean, but I'm like scared to go like too far, and I do
Oh, for
not
sure.
I do not care to learn about like deep sea stuff, like not for me. Like
Yeah.
I'd rather learn about space
Yeah,
because I'm never going there, but like deep sea stuff.
that's
mm-mm.
possible, right?
No,
You
deep
could
sea,
end up
just
there.
deep space.
Yeah.
Yeah, deep space, yeah. And so I like did this thing, and I was a second class passenger on the Titanic, and I was a
That's why
man,
you're so
and I
into
was
it.
a brewer, and I had a family, and I had like nice shoes, but they were like scuffed, like they were like decent. And then my
Second-class
yeah,
shoes.
like second class shoes,
Yes,
like they weren't poor shoes, and they weren't fancy shoes, but yeah. And I survived, but I lost my family, and I survived. And then I
Oh.
like saw my face. I had like a mustache, and then I went like deep, and I found the exact person, and I was like, oh my god, like this is me.
That's awesome.
Mhm. Yeah. So that's what I do in my free time.
You know what?
Like-
It's not that weird.
Yeah.
So, here I feel like there's something in the woods happening
I'm-
behind it.
Oh,
Oh.
well. Hello.
Jackling, son.
Thanks, Bigfoot.
Oh, I'll take one of these.
Thanks,
you.
big dog.
That's cool.
He's nice, right?
He seems a lot nicer than they make him seem. Like
Yeah.
the
I think he's
media.
misunderstood.
Yeah, that's just the media
I wish he
again.
smelled as good as his politeness is.
Yeah, you get used to it. The smell. So I got a past life regression session done. I went and saw somebody for it. Well, you're getting some white girl knowledge
For
today.
sure. No, I feel like we're at brunch right now.
Oh my god, can we
This
go
is
to
what I've
brunch
been
after
missing.
this?
Oh my God! You know what we're missing though? We need drinks. Like, you guys want a drink? We got some stuff
Oh,
over.
let me get that. Well, let me get in
Brunch
here.
drinks.
Yeah,
Just call
brunch drinks.
Just call me Jason Mimosa.
Jason Mimosa.
Want a watermelon high noon?
That's a little racist.
I'll take it.
Oh,
Do you have anything non-watermelon? Maybe some like
you want some
vodka,
fried chicken in
and
here?
fried chicken.
no, we're not on a porch. But really, what flavor do you want? You want black cherry or?
Yeah, black cherry. I wish these were as cold as your heart.
I've been through a lot. You heard that I survived the Titanic.
That's a pet
My
psychic.
heart is
Give
as
her a
cold
break.
as the Atlantic.
So I did. I got a past life regression session done.
Yeah.
And it was 8 hours.
Like you sat there for 8 hours?
I wasn't under hypnosis for 8 hours. I was under hypnosis. So first of all, it was like an interview process first. Like it was almost like a therapy session before we got started. You go in with like a list of questions before they even make the appointment. They have to qualify that you're a good candidate and that you're not going to freak out on them. You know. So there was that, and then you get there and it's like all these questions. You come with a list of things that you'd like to ask your higher self, because that's like what you're tapping into, right? So and then you lay down and there's like a room and it's quiet and comfortable or whatever, and she walked through like this hypnosis, right? I couldn't even tell you what it was. She recorded the session but not the hypnosis, because that's like property, whatever, like that's her. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know what she said
I
to
would
get me
run
under.
with that.
Right.
Like I would take that business model and that'd be mine.
Mine. Yeah, totally, because it worked.
Yeah.
So I do remember like some of it, but she recorded the whole thing. So when I listened back, I was talking about stuff that there's no way I could just like make up. Like I wouldn't have made that up. So we traveled to like a few different past lives. And one of the things is like if you have weird fears or phobias in this life, it's usually because of something tragic that happened to you in a past life. So we traveled to like back in the 50s. We went back to like Cold War. There was like there was all sorts of stuff that happened. And then you come out of it and she's like, well, how long did it feel like you were out? And I'm like, I don't know, maybe like 20, 30 minutes. I think it was like 2 hours.
Yeah.
I was gone. I didn't even know. Like, it's just a trip. I feel like
Did
everybody.
you feel lucid? Like you felt like you were there, or you
I
were
was talking the
watching?
whole time. So she asked
Yeah.
questions
No,
and I'm
like
speaking.
when you went to like back to the 50s, did you feel like you were physically in the 50s?
Yeah, it felt very, very real.
Oh wow.
That's
You could
time
feel
traveling for
everything. You
sure.
could smell everything. You could
Yeah.
see everything. You feel the sun is warm. You could feel the carpet under your feet. Like,
Wow.
it's very, very real.
Did you
But
have
you
nicer
talk the whole
shoes?
time. No, I don't even remember. Like I was a kid, you know, traveled through the life and the whole life that I lived, and we went through that, and it was amazing. I feel like everybody should try that at least
Absolutely.
once. It's a pretty cool
yeah.
experience.
Because a lot of times it's like every past life that you've had is something that you need to do better in
Next time.
your next life.
Right?
And like you carry like every past life with you.
Yeah.
Like I had a psychic reading once and she told me that I was a man in the Dust Bowl. And she's like, are you afraid, like, do you have a lot of like extra things? Are you like protective of your stuff? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, yeah, that's because everything was like taken from you and you had nothing. And she's like, you want everything to just be yours. I'm like, well, I just thought I was being a bitch. But thanks for giving me a reason. Now anyone like, if someone moves something, I'm like, okay, so I was a man in the Dust Bowl and you're moving my shit like that. Excuse yourself.
I can see Hannah with all of her shit just standing on the side of the road.
with a wife beater and like a
just
pants and just a-
adjustable, but she's got like one of those 3-tier plastic
Yeah.
containers.
Containers.
Wait,
With
no,
all
wait,
her
wheels.
hobby stuff.
wait. Are we talking present day Hannah? Or like,
Oh, for
I was
sure.
talking about
Dust Bowl Hannah.
Oh, I know for sure, but you brought that with you to now. They like take everything you need, and it's just like 3 shelves or 3 drawers with all your favorite accessories in it.
Mine.
There's like a bunch of BFF Forever bracelets.
My crystals. It's a full moon. I need to charge it. In my next life, I won't be this person.
It can only get better,
Yeah.
right? It's getting better from
What
here.
am I healing right now? Like, what's future Hannah I gotta work through?
Jeez.
So much trauma.
Yeah, you guys just travel to the past. And do you know, like with time travel, you can't, like they say, once they create it, you can never go behind the time it was created, only forward.
Why? Because
Yeah.
it'll mess up the timeline?
It's just not possible.
Oh.
Because it didn't exist. The door wasn't there.
I don't get it.
And so in the YouTube video, it says
Let Hannah explain.
The 12-minute video she's referenced for 30 minutes.
an 8-minute video gets me everything. Like I
Yeah,
got
but like
it.
once the door has been open, that's the only time you could travel. That's the furthest back you could travel.
Okay.
And
You could-
if you go there, you have to be like, you can't just like walk into like 1800s London like this, because that would fuck up everyone.
Right,
They'd
and
be
they'd
like,
freak
"What
out."
is this?" And then time would change. The whole history would change. So if you were to time travel back, you would literally have to like, "Hello," like just like a chick. "Hello, I'm here to clean the."
Hello, I'm Hannah, and I brought my bracelets.
I just dropped crystals around here. You'll need this. Be glad you're not in the 30s in America, in Oklahoma. Don't.
Had to travel back. I can't wait to get on the Titanic. I'm a brewmaster, in case you didn't know.
I'm like walking around and I'm just like in Belfast. I'm like, no! I gotta go.
Oh my God.
What would be one thing you would want to see, like time travel back to watch happen?
I don't know that there's anything I want to go back and watch happen, but I will tell you, I would love to have lived through like the 50s. I think
I
that's
see
such
it.
a like wholesome era of like poodle skirts and
Did
soda
you hear
shops.
about like the racism?
Well, that's
and
a
stuff?
problem.
And like how women didn't.
Yeah,
they
but I
couldn't
think
get
it's
credit
such
cards?
a. I want to wear poodle skirts like full time.
Yeah, you're
Make
out here risking
casseroles,
everything.
Yeah,
You think
yeah.
black guys. You can't go back.
Well, I mean, it was a simpler time.
It's like
Yeah.
I love living life on the edge. Let's go back before segregation.
Let's go back before I could
Listen,
drive.
there's shitty things. Shitty
You know
stuff
what?
happens
I'll go
right
to the
now.
50s.
Yeah,
Who
that's
needs to
true.
vote?
We're living in the 50s.
Every
right
era
now,
is kind of not great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has its things. We're still not quite past all that nonsense.
For
so.
sure.
I mean, I think that's like cute, like the Mayberry life, like
Yeah.
the milkman,
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
a paper boy.
Right.
Like that's cute.
It
and
is
then like
cute.
and
I
then
don't think it was
Tupperware.
that wholesome though. We're like judging
Parts
it
of
based.
it.
No, we're judging it based off
we're-
of TV sitcoms.
But that's
Yes,
what
that's
time
the life I
travel
want to
is.
live.
That's
Yeah.
what time travel is.
Yeah.
They're showing like the best parts of like one neighborhood.
That's what I want.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
the white neighborhood.
Yeah,
I didn't
all right,
say
whatever.
what neighborhood. I said the one neighborhood.
No, you said that very nice, very wholesome neighborhood.
You would have loved it.
Yeah.
We would have loved it. I'm so sorry.
Where would you go?
Oh, let's see. I don't know. I'd have to go to like find out a conspiracy for myself. You know, like
From the
yeah,
past?
A
Yeah,
past,
yeah.
a conspiracy?
Yeah,
Now, is it-
like JFK being
JFK?
shot. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
You know what I'm
okay, okay.
saying?
I thought you meant like you were making fun of our past lives. I'm like, oh, so a past life is a conspiracy.
Oh, no,
I was gonna
wouldn't-
get defensive.
I would never make
That
fun
was-
of your 13 past lives, Anna.
Thank you. No, okay, so JFK, grassy knoll.
Yeah,
You're
like I
sitting
would
there?
want to find out if it's true or not.
Like you sell the gun, or you're the guy who
Whoa,
has the.
well, I don't wanna
or
be
you're the guy who
involved.
owns like the book.
No, I wanna be the
So
guy-
you want to
bookstore?
go back to the same era that you just gave me a hard time about?
No,
Is
but
that
I
the
don't
50s?
dip out. Yeah, you're trying to live there.
Oh, you
I
just want to
wanna-
dip
yeah,
out?
I just want to watch.
I mean, I'd like to spend a week there. I don't know if I want to live there.
A week.
Yeah,
sounds-
like a vacation.
That sounds like a rough week.
Have you guys ever seen Umbrella Academy? I love that show. They do a lot of time travel in that,
do
but it's
they?
like physical, and they have
Okay.
like a box that they use that
Yeah.
it's like a briefcase, and it lets them bounce from time to time. He's friendly.
Oh. What do you do? Oh. Okay.
He gets thirsty. Yeah.
Capri Sun.
Hmm.
Do you need help with the pouch?
Sometimes
with
it's hard.
your
Those straws are
bare
real
hands?
hard. You
Okay.
let us know if you need help with
Yeah.
that. We'll be right here.
He doesn't even know what a straw is.
Yeah, he doesn't speak English.
Do we
I
have to
don't.
teach Bigfoot how to use a straw?
Yeah, but no, I just want to know. Yeah, like be able to get to the bottom of it.
What would
You
you do
know.
with the information? Like if you
Yeah,
you
then
go in
what?
the back and like you learn all this
Oh,
stuff.
I'm hitting
and
4chan.
You're just
Yeah, I
you're
mean,
the
yeah.
overlord of 4chan.
I'm like, hey, guess what, psychos? You're right. Yeah, or would you want to like find out if the moon when they in the '60s when they went to the moon,
I think
if it
it
was
was
really
fake.
real? Yeah, but would you rather instead of guessing, just
Would
go
be at
back
the
and see-
studio that
yeah,
they filmed it at.
Boom.
Okay, I'm
See-
tracking with
You
you.
know what I'm
That'd
saying?
be
'Cause
fun,
at that time, nobody knew to look for it,
right?
but now we're
Everybody
going back
was
with
so
all
innocent.
the information.
Yeah.
Now, yeah.
See, if I were to go back and see the conspiracies, I'd come back and just fuck with everyone. Tell them that they were so wrong.
Oh, for sure.
And like, I would like, instead of being like, yeah, you guys are right, I'd be like, yeah, but did you see this? And then just never reply, but like have the proof.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Then just
Oh, yeah.
let
You
people
go back
go
and
crazy.
record it? Oh.
Yeah, and then I would be just like, I would just be an overlord, you know?
Yeah.
That's my ideal.
Just go back and like
Yeah.
watch Lincoln in the theater. Just get
Oh,
that
yeah.
on tape.
Just
Oh,
he's just
imagine you
enjoying
bring-
it.
Imagine you bring that back. How much TMZ's paying you?
Retiring. World star.
And this Lincoln gets blasted. You're like, World Star!
And then you're gone.
Like the stocks you would buy, the things that you
Oh,
would
yeah.
invest
Yeah,
in.
but that's like I feel typical. You know what I would do? Is
I would still do
everybody's
it.
like, I'd go back and make money. Of course, yeah. If I go back for like buy Bitcoin when it was negative 25 cents.
Brilliant.
Yeah, but like, wouldn't it be cool to just go and just be extras in old movies
Yeah.
so you can come
Come
back
back
and
and
watch
watch.
yourself? And
That's
be
a
like-
great idea.
You know, just little things to mess with people. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think I'd go back to like Marlon Brando's like peak time. Dude could get it.
He was hot.
He was so hot.
Yeah.
And then also Al Pacino. Like
All right.
they
Well-
can get it. I'd go back and like try to bang all these old celebrities.
Old celebrities. I'm with you.
I don't ask for
all,
much.
I don't
all
ask for
the,
much.
all the power in the world. You're like, I just want to get off.
Yeah.
I mean, why not?
Why not?
I'm a pervert. I'd like to bang those
But don't
men.
you? Yeah, like then, like yeah, their kinks weren't as big as they are now, so it might not be as fun. You know, like
For me, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
just
just-
being touched by a man, like of any generation, is all right with me right now.
oh, we should get out of here so Bigfoot can get the action.
I think he's single. I've never seen him with anybody, so.
Probably pretty lonely.
She's like, oh, all these flies, these are for my boyfriend.
These scratches. Oh, I can't show you a picture. It's blurry.
So now I live in a tree.
Honestly, it would surprise no one. She died the way she lived. Yeah.
Treat.
But yeah, I think I would do that, and then I would also like to do a lot of like the pop culture stuff. Like I would love to see like Woodstock '99,
Yeah.
just to be there, but I'd have water, you know, and I'd be the one that like had a shower and stuff.
Yeah,
I'd
no,
have-
see, yeah, like certain things like
Yeah,
that, like the
like-
original Woodstock could be dope.
Yeah, the
Yep.
original one. And like the Beatles recording studio, like I've never done acid, but I feel like that would be a time to do it. Is with the Beatles.
The Beatles.
Yeah.
Good luck. You've never done it before, and you're just gonna go to a whole other time area. You're like, just gonna do acid
Just
and run
to
to the
that
streets.
level.
I'm from the future.
And they're already on acid,
Yeah, you
and then
just-
they don't give it to me. They're
You're
like,
just screaming all the stuff that's coming. You're like, 9/11's an inside job. They're like, what is this? Like, you'd end up in jail.
Yeah.
and also, I can't keep that a secret. Like, I would tell
Oh my
everyone.
God.
I'd come
Yeah.
back, and they'd be like, where were you? I'm like, you guys don't tell. Like, I'd have
I'm
like
gonna
5.
tell you, but don't tell anyone else.
I'd have like 4 mimosas, and like, okay, so like one time
Yeah,
I was doing
like-
breath work and transcended back to when the Beatles were like fucking recording. They gave me acid by mistake. They said they wish I never did that.
You just go back in time. But you guys got cat mediums too?
I become the new Yoko Ono. Like it's me and John. But actually, I'm a Paul gal, so
Obviously.
I'd be a Paul gal. I would like to see their, their last show on the rooftop. That'd
Yeah.
be cool. I'd like to see a lot of the concerts.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's pretty much what I'd do it for. And
Yeah, don't limit yourself.
I don't know.
There's
Keep
so
going.
much to do.
I know. I'm
You're like, I'll go back for one show and one show only.
What am I in 1920s New York paperboy?
Yeah. You were
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the Titanic. Yeah, you just be your Titanic version of yourself.
A brewer?
Yeah, I'm a brewmeister, see?
Oh my god, that would be so cool. That'd be cool. It was way cooler then.
Every family
was
member
way-
I lost on the boat, I got a cat.
Every life I just have a cat. And I'm like, you look familiar.
Just the same cat.
Is that you?
Yeah. Whispering sweet nothings in it because it was my wife one.
What life is your
Yeah,
wife?
my life was sweating about that.
I love your ideas. I wasn't even thinking that big.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot of time to think about this. When I'm not getting cat readings, I'm thinking about where I'd rather be. Anywhere
It
else.
would be amazing to charge all my crystals in the 50s.
Imagine how charged they'd be now. How
they'd
many
be
full
super
moons
charged.
they'd see.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'd be so much. I'd be above you guys.
Yeah, you would.
Oh, you already are,
Floating.
dog.
No. Please.
I'm not. Okay.
Oh yeah. Tell me your little time travel ideas.
I would, it'd be really fun just to go back and watch your own conception.
No.
Oh, I know.
No.
I know mine. I know mine.
No.
My parents told me, so I already
She's
know.
like, I've seen the video.
Not a video, but I know the story. Anyway.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see that.
Oh, no.
No.
That'd be
way.
awful. This
No.
sounds...
I have enough trauma from my parents without actually witnessing that.
She's
know.
like, Dad, you're doing it all wrong. Mom doesn't
Aren't
even
you
like it like that.
Do you even listen to her? Take her head out of that pillow. Ask her what she wants. Make eye contact.
Would it kill you to say something nice?
She made that casserole. She made your favorite casserole, hoping she would get laid. And you don't even do that.
Do you think like time travelers are among us right now from the future?
Yeah.
Because if
Absolutely.
in the future there's that technology, then wouldn't they be traveling back like right here? Do you think they would warn us of any like disaster?
No, I don't think they'd
can't-
warn.
you
I
can't
think-
mess with the timeline,
yeah,
right?
Like the smallest thing. Like she was even saying, like you're wearing the wrong outfit.
Yeah.
You know, you show up to the fucking 1920s with some Jordans, yellow Jordans on. Everybody's gonna lose their mind.
And
Yeah.
buttons or zippers, those weren't invented in the 20s.
Yeah.
Or when were they?
I
You
don't
know, you have
know.
one wrong thing, and
I just
someone's
agree.
Like,
I'm like,
what
yeah, I
the
don't
fuck's
know.
a zipper?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
But
What a
there's
genius
gotta be, and
idea.
I think it's more for like learning purposes.
For them?
Yeah.
To come
like
back?
bring to the future and be like, this is what they're still doing, or
Yeah.
I don't know.
I love
Listen,
their face. She's like, what did I just
do
say?
you guys agree with me? No, were we going the
Can I
right
time
way or
travel
the
back 10
wrong way?
seconds and redo this sentence?
You can edit anything out that I say. Just like
You just show up 100 years ago with a belt and everybody loses their mind.
yeah, that's
A
what
belt.
I'm saying. Like a
What is
belt
that?
or like glasses like those.
Yeah.
Imagine like you just like get a random time and you show up in front of Ben Franklin with those and he's like, what? How'd you do that? I'm like, I've been working on
The
this for a
outrage,
long time.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Imagine you travel back in time and right as soon as you land, you just break your glasses.
Yeah.
Do you wear contacts?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. What are you gonna do? Yeah, you guys are already special needs. You're gonna need travel
I know.
contact solution and stuff. Your day's over.
Contact
I'd be a
solution.
yeah,
It's over.
yeah. I know, and I have dailies too.
Dailies.
I'd be a real pain. Guys,
You just walk in.
out of my
I just see her walking into a saloon like, when's brunch?
So,
You guys do bottomless
no,
here?
I'm behind the bar. And
Like,
I'm
what's a
just,
woman doing in here?
no, I'd be behind the bar and I'd be like, hey, so you're gonna get this orange juice and we're gonna mix champagne. And they're like, we haven't been to France.
We haven't
I'd be
been to
like,
France.
What? Like, okay.
Someone's like, I
I'd-
challenge you to a duel. She's a witch.
Yeah.
Oh, I would be so burnt. I would be burnt at the stake, thrown to the bottom of the ponds, like everything. I would be done. If I in the Salem Times?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dead.
No,
Dead
you're
as
for
hell.
sure a witch.
I'm for sure
Yeah,
a
for
witch.
sure.
Absolutely. All right. If you could go back in time and punch one person, and it can't be Hitler, because like everyone would be doing that, who'd you punch? And it doesn't. You don't have to follow the rules. You can just like come back and do a punch.
I'd say like 12-year-old Mike Tyson.
Well, why? What did he?
That's
Why?
probably the only time I could knock him out.
Oh,
Just so I could brag about it the rest of my life that I knocked out Mike Tyson.
I hope, like, it'd be funny if he had, like, the tattoos that he still has and he's 12. And that's how he gets his
tattoos.
lisp, is because you punch him in the
That's it.
Yeah, no, yeah. See, it just got that much better, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know he talks like that because of me, right?
Yeah.
I punched him, and they're like,
Yeah.
Josh is telling his Mike Tyson. Say, learn a new story.
Travel to the past.
Either that or like, I don't know, Benjamin Franklin seems like it'd be fun to hit.
Why?
Why?
The syphilis?
He got electrocuted, you know? That dude could take a hit.
Yeah.
I guess so. Gosh, I don't even trying to think because Hitler's, you know, as a Jew,
Hitler's-
we gotta hit him in the face.
Okay, think of any of his pals.
You can go for Stalin.
Yeah. All right.
Stalin's a good one. Stalin deserves
What about
that.
like Napoleon? Because he's a little
I would-
weaselly man.
I would love to go back and see how short he really was.
You just punch down.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool to say like you helped Napoleon like climb up a step?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it would be anyone like historical. I think I would punch
Just a random dude named Gerald.
Fuck Gerald. He knows what he did. And then everyone's like, what's Hannah going on about? And Gerald, don't even fucking start. And I'm just like, she's
so angry.
Just like,
Just go punch yourself in a past life. It's like,
there are times that I'd like to punch.
punch a past version of yourself. Like, get a cat.
No, I would punch like 4th grade Hannah for still believing in Santa. Like, come on, you idiot. But
4th grade? I don't know. Is that
5th grade
too
for
old?
me, 5th grade.
Oh, okay,
Anyway,
all right.
it was a year after. Anyway,
Santa's like one of the most believable things you've talked about yet.
Okay. Yeah, but I'm like,
You over here going to a cat psychic? And you worried about Santa? At least your parents lied to you about Santa. You convinced yourself into a cat psychic.
How much are those sessions, by the way?
$40.
Oh, okay.
It's totally worth it. And like honestly, I shouldn't have disposable income. If any of us shouldn't have it, it's me.
Yeah.
But I would punch my 8th grade history teacher right in the mouth. And I would do it in front of everyone in class.
Guy, girl?
Girl.
Oh, girl, okay.
Woman.
Bully or what?
She was a bully.
Yeah.
She told everyone who I had a crush on, even though it was obvious, it was 8th grade. But like she told the whole class, and she's like, well, Hannah has a crush on so-and-so. And I was like, no. And everyone knew. But she outed me like that. Like I had this
jealous
crush
of
on
you?
this
Like, what
boy.
is that?
And so then like,
She's probably like in between both of them. Yeah.
no. She was, I think she favored female companionship. But she did this like whole presentation about how she, like there was this woman who dressed up as a man in the Civil War and fought, and she was doing this, like she had her whole costume, but I was getting like, I had the flu, and I was sick, and I was like squirming around because I was about to throw up, and she pulled me aside after class, and I'm like sweating, like white-faced, and like just nothing, and she said that I was being disrespectful, and then I went and I threw up all over the hall because she like wouldn't let me go earlier. So I would for sure just punch her right in her
Punch
goddamn
her.
mouth in
Yeah,
front of
she probably
everyone.
deserves that. Good for you, Hannah.
So if you're wondering whose face I see before I close my eyes at night,
Maybe the pet psychic can help you with that.
what wound is that?
Maybe spend a little less money on your cat and crystals and spend a little more on yourself.
Or a therapist.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, Cheryl has her hands full. All right? We're not even gonna touch that one, but yeah.
Oh, we're just about out of time. Is there anything else you want to add to this time travel conversation?
Can we go back and remove a lot of what I said about that pet psychic? Can we go back like 37 minutes? Is that? No, it was actually top of the hour.
She's like, guys, I know we're here to talk about time travel, but cat psychics, you gotta get one.
Yeah,
You gotta get one.
You gotta get it. It's true.
All right. Well, thank you
But
guys
yeah.
so much for being on the show.
Yeah.
Thank you for
That's
having
been
us.
another episode of Conspiracy Camp. Thanks for watching.
Thank you. Good.
Yeah, it's fun.
I am sweating.
Sweating, drenched.
I
Lord,
know.
am I-
With your time.